Yeah, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, the elder bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Ram Yahawada with the lesson. And this is you know I got this from um, this is NBC News, right? So like, yeah, trying to think of the beloved brother name. I can't think of his name, but he does the in the news. Brother always doing that, but that brother was doing a lesson, and so I looked it up what he was doing and seen it. It's Courtney Williams, 35 years old, was found dead by deputies in the yard of her home, right? Damn, her own house, right? Thursday, according to Georgia Bureau of Investigation, a Georgia mother was fatally mauled by dogs who attacked her and her children Thursday, just days before Mother's Day, right? Hey, and this is that Queen of Heaven worship, and this you women that are at ease, right? Right? We tell you that the Lord is going to start judging you women, right? On a very high level, man. You know? She's a very decent looking chick, right? And a lot of these chicks, they think they're on a higher level than what they really are. So she's a decent looking chick. So in her mind, she was drop dead gorgeous, right? You know? But this is that Queen of Heaven mentality, which the Lord, matter of fact, because a lot of you women are gonna get put to death real soon, and it seems like that's the spirit that the Lord is putting on the men of the Lord, right? Yeah. So this is Luke chapter 13 verse 4, or those 18 upon whom the tower in Siloam fell and slew them, right? Slew means to kill. So a tower, it fell. It basically, like you see, the, I guess that, like that boat that so-called hit the middle part of that bridge and the people fell into the water, right? You have, they just shot, said the Ukraine just shot missiles into an apartment building in Russia, right? And slew people. Wait, slew meaning killed, right? You have what else? Of course, we just read the story. You just seen it. But the woman, so-called mother, right? That they wanted to keep pushing, right before Mother's Day, right before the Queen of Heaven worship day, right? on what is it on Sunday, where you the sun god, right? You worship the Queen of Heaven and the sun god all in the same day, right? Um, you know, and slew them, which means kill them. Think ye that they were sinners above all men, or all women, right? That dwell in Jerusalem, and in Jerusalem is a people before a place. You think she matter of fact, when you go back and look at her, yeah. So now when you go back and look at her, now she could be a so-called white woman, right? Or what was perceived to be a white woman, right? But Courtney and Williams, and which I know we get the name Williams from Slave Master and all that type of stuff, but a lot of Jakes are named Williams, right? So now she may be she kind of looks Mexican or Northern Kingdom, right? But Israel scattered around the world, right? So she could be Israel, very well be Israel, right? She may have a look that looked like a so-called white woman, but most likely I believe she was Israelite, right? Because that's why such a brutal death came upon her, right? Coming from her other lives, right? Because the Lord is starting the judgment at His house, right? Yeah. Suppose that woman who got mauled by those dogs, and the dogs not only mauled her, it was trying to eat her children. Think that they were sinners above all men? You think that she was a sinner above all women, right? That dwell in Jerusalem, right? And Jerusalem's the people before a place. And yes, Israel is the majority of this world, right? You Israelites are Jerusalem, Jerusalem, right? Because we're meant to be at peace, but we're not at peace. Why? Because we're sinning against our power. You got your current sins, your past sins, right? Every death, the death is sanctioned by the Most High, right? So the way she died was sanctioned by the Most High. Says until I tell you nay, which means no, I tell you no. Right? They ain't the most wicked people. Those 18 men that fell from the tower, that they got bombed by Ukraine in that apartment building, or all those people that died in Rafah by Israel's dropping bombs in Rafah or Gaza. Are they the most wicked in the world? I tell you nay. But except ye repent, ye shall all in like manner perish. Right? Because it was day of judgment, man. Right? Yeah. So suppose she's the most wicked above all other Israelite women, or all Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is a people before a place. So all other Israelite women. I tell you, nay, right? She ain't the most wicked, but she got mauled, right? Here's this chick, the brother, endure these last days too. He put this up, and it's this she devil, right? Right? Says a girl said she does not owe her brother loyalty after getting caught sleeping around with the dude who allegedly killed him. So let's say that this woman who got mauled by a dog, and the dog tried to kill her children, is she the most wicked woman in all Israel? Then you zoom in right here. She said, I hate that I hate my brother was a I think this EBG, right? It's supposed to be some gang that's the jankiest gang in Memphis. So she's saying, hey, look, we care more about status, what what is perceived to be the toughest gang or the best people to be around to have fun or party. You know, I don't care. I don't owe my brother nothing, right? And you technically you don't owe him nothing. But that's a crazy thing to be with someone who murdered your brother, right? That's insane. Right or wrong, I don't think I would want to be with anybody who legitimately murdered and killed my family, man. I couldn't. I mean, live and let live. You live and then, until the Most High come and destroy you. But we can't have a conversation. Never. You know what I mean? Person may come up, hey man, do you forgive me? Yeah, I forgive you. But the Most High is going to judge you. Let's just get that. That's it. You know what I mean? In the conversation. Right? So this is highly wicked. She's highly promiscuous. Look how she's dressed. This is why they were able to pull this up. This is all public, right? Fair use. It's all public, right? You know? Blonde hair on this one. Rocking Esau's color. Like the one brother was saying, that's basically like rocking the other team's flag, which that's what she's saying. Even with her own brother, I'm down with the other gang, even if they kill my brother, because this other gang seems to be on top or whatever, right? They seem to be the biggest, baddest, toughest gang in Memphis, at least to her in her eyes, right? Or maybe to a lot of people's eyes. Maybe the gang this dude's with is putting the most amount of fear in everybody in Memphis. So she said, hey, well, surely the dudes will kill me, right? They'll kill everybody else. So I better be with them. I might as well, hey, I got the box. I can give him the box and maybe it'll save my life. And so you don't owe your brother nothing but to save your own life or to show face so you can look cool amongst all sorts of people. But say that this woman who got eaten to death by dogs, and the dogs are even trying to say is she's the most wicked person in all the world or all amongst all you women in Israel. I tell you nay. But except you repent, and you're gonna die in a like manner, in a like fashion, right? You're gonna perish in your sins. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Holy Bible, man. Yeah. So this is 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 33. And he said, "Throw her down." So they threw her down, and some of her blood was sprinkled upon the wall and upon the horses, and they trod her underfoot. Right? Yeah, you know what I mean? And that basically reminds me of a verse real quick, because that's what's happening. That's going to be happening to you women. Yeah, so this is Micah chapter 7 verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is thy Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, thy power? My eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden, right? Trodden, or trodden down as the mire of the streets. So she be trodden, trodden down on the streets. And this one's trodden down as the mire of the streets, right? Trod down. I said trod down on the streets. And this is trodden down on the streets. As the mire of the streets. Mire meaning mud, right? And if you ever seen a muddy road, like a dirt road, and when the vehicles and things are trying to get through it, or even when you make a lot of footprints, it makes a mess. It's like it's everywhere. It's sticky. It's hard to get through it, right? Sometimes it's like slush. It's not a pretty sight, right? It says in that day that thy walls are to be built, right? So you're supposed to be building up a spiritual fortitude, spiritual fortress. You're supposed to be basically putting away your sins, right? In the time that the men of the Lord are out here, putting up digital epistles out there on the highways and the byways, even had so-called celebrities and all that thing mention and bring up being Israelites, and that which we're not black, but they brought up that, which for lack of understanding in layman's terms, right? You would call a so-called Negro a black person. So if who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ were upon this earth, or even the Father, the Most High, Yahweh, whose hair is pure wool, and Yahweh Shai said that if you've seen me, you've seen the Father, whose feet is the color of brass as if it burnt in the furnace, who has woolly hair, right? who was slew and was hung on a tree, just like our ancestors, right? What manner of person do you think this man is, right? It even tell you that in Daniel's, right? His arms and his feet, the color of brass. So that's definitely not what they portrayed in this world. So, in layman's terms, black, right? So you've had it. It's been there, right? It's gonna be trodden down as the mire of the streets. And in those days, that thy walls are to be built up, or to be built, right? Your spiritual, knowledge, your belief system, the things that you're actually supposed to be doing instead of partying and BSing in the world, right? The Lord said, in that day shall the decree be removed. So it may be too late for you, right? Yeah, so this is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desire, which is talking about you Israelites. Jerusalem, which is a people before a place, right? Because before the decree brings forth, right? Because the Lord said that the decree is going to be moved far, will be far removed, Salakia, right? Going to be far removed. And see, so the Lord is saying, hey, gather yourself together, get into this knowledge, get into this truth, do what you can to understand and to come back to the Most High, to ask for forgiveness, right? You know, humble yourself. But, you know, a lot of people ain't humbling themselves. Hey, so you got to get put to death. But suppose that this woman, was she the most wicked woman in all Israel? Nay, I tell you nay. Because there's much more wicked women that's out there. And that other woman was a prime example, right? You wanna look up wicked woman, you know, should have her face in the dictionary right next to a woman who don't give a damn about who who kills or murders her own family, and says she don't have to have no loyalty to her. Well, who do you have loyalty to? To the streets? She belonged to the streets? Hey, you know, we're gonna get back to that because that Jezebel, right? Because that's that whole thing. So we're gonna finish that up. So don't think you escaped. We're just gonna bring this up because before the decree bring forth, right? It's gonna bring forth what judgment. It's gonna be far removed before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, right? To a the nuclear missiles hit, and it's gonna be nothing but chaff. It's gonna be nothing but dust and smell of smoke, right? As the scriptures say. Before the fiery anger, right, which is the ICBM missiles ultimately, right? But you got many ways for the Lord to judge you, right? And one of them is the dog to tear, right? Fiery anger of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, come upon you before the day of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai's anger come upon you, right? So you don't know how close a time that you're actually living in, you know what I mean, for that actually to happen. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, look at this one. Because this is what's happening right here. Verse 4. Skip down to 4. Right, let me finish 3. I'm seek ye Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment, right? Hey man, you've been going through it, man. You have been getting punished, but it's to build you up. It's to shape you, right? The Lord didn't punish you to destroy you. He punished you to help you grow, right? That's what rot means. Rot means to be shaped, to be shapen, you know, into a fine vessel, into a beautiful vessel, right? To rot his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness, it may be ye shall be hidden in the day of Yahweh's Bashem Yahweh Shai's anger, right? Right? And then we're going to go into current news right here, and which, you know what I mean? It says, for Gaza shall be forsaken. And what's happening right now? Gaza, the Gaza is definitely being forsaken. The Israelis is forsaking Gaza right now, right? And Ashkelon, Ashkelon is destroyed, and you got the Rafah. Was it Rafah is being destroyed, right? They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, right? What's going on right now? They're shooting these missiles in the middle, in noonday, in the middle of the day, in the noonday, right? And Iran shall be rooted up, right? Which goes into, you know, that land. That's what's happening right now, right? Because Esau Edom, truly he's gonna be the one rooted up, right? Real soon, But right now, they're forsaking that land, right? And to prove it, it says, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of Cheroth Nights, Cherothanites. The word of Yahweh is against you," right? Because O Canaan, the land of the Philistines, right? And the original Philistines are so-called Africans, right? Which that's who should be technically in that land, but those people that's in that land is now taking on what the Lord said was going to happen to the Canaanites, the Philistines, right? Because they're in that land, and I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitants. And what are they doing? They're destroying all that stuff, to the place. They're like there was no inhabitants, right? So you're living in that time, and to prove that, right? Yeah. So this is trying to look at the freaking thing. Greek reporter. Greek reporter. I guess that's how you say it right there. See it right there? I'm just going to go to this quick part. Just get to the point. Because it's a Greek reporter, whatever. It says, the Greeks, right? Which that's Esau, Edom. They know who they are, right? Those Israelis are basically Greeks, right? Right? It says that the Greeks began using the term Palestine, right? Because that land is supposed to be so-called Palestine now, right? To refer to the whole region between Egypt and where's Rafah? Rafah's like between that in Egypt, right? And Phoenicia. This term does come directly, not somewhat, but directly from the what? Philistines. Right? So-called Africans. So Palestine comes from the word Philistines. Comes directly from that word. Right? So those people who live in that land, though the Lord said the Philistines, and those people are not the Philistines. They're not real dark, tall, so-called Africans, right? Which that's a generic term, Hamites or what it said, Old Canaan, right? That's the correct terms, right? And which prove it that they would have to be those people because watch, it's gonna say it right here. The Greeks use this for the whole region, but because they were obviously more familiar with because Esau he had children with these women, right? He was more familiar with the Hamitic women, right? Especially the women of Canaan, right? Because that's what Rebecca and Isaac said. to not get the women of the women of Canaan. And that's the first thing Esau did. So this is how you know that those Israelis are Esau, right? And you're gonna know because he says they were more familiar with those coastal nation, with the coastal nation, the Philistines. Then they were more familiar with them than the inner one, the what? Israelites. Because they didn't want, because they ain't got nothing to do with the Israelites. And that's why even to this day, the place that they're so-called blowing up and they're wiping out, which is supposed to be the Philistines, it's actually called Palestine. And that's what they're wiping out. And those Palestinians are fake wannabe Philistines. But the Lord still said, hey, you're gonna be to the point you're gonna get wiped out all the way up to where Egypt is at, which that's where Rapha's at. Rapha's all, hey man, you can't make this up. So women, you're in trouble. Says that I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitants. See? And those people getting wiped down, they're looking for a place to stay, looking for shelter, looking for safety. Look what's happening. Right? Let's come back right here. To 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 34. And when he was come in to eat and drink, and said, go see now this cursed woman, right? Because you women, hey, you're gonna feel it, man. You're gonna be cursed women, man. This cursed woman, and bury her, right? Because for dogs to eat you and try to eat your children, that's a cursed woman, man. For she is a king's daughter. Like, hey, she's at least a king's daughter. She deserved to be buried, right? So that's what they're saying. That they went to bury her, but they found no more her than the skeleton, the skull, and the foot, and the palm of her hand. Wherefore they came again and told him. And he said, this is the word of Yahweh, right? The prophet Elijah. Which, this was the king, right? Salakia, that was the king, that wicked king. And he said this, and he said, this is the word of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, which he had spake before his servant Elijah, the Tishbite, saying, in the portion of Jezebel shall what? Dogs eat the flesh of Jezebel. Right? And the carcass of Jezebel shall be as dung upon the face of the field. Right? And this is where this lady was at. She was found in her own yard. In her own yard, dead, trying to protect her children from being eaten. So when the dog came and ate her, she must have tried to lay down and cover herself over the children as much as she could. And the dogs kept eating at her till they basically killed her, and the children had to get rushed to the hospital. Right? She was found dead in her front yard on the field. The dogs ate her. She was dung upon the ground. Dung meaning shit. She just laying there dead. Laying there like a piece of like a piece of shit. You know, you're just a piece of shit. Hey, the Most High is cold. Yeah, upon the face of the field, in the portion of Jezebel, so that they should not say, "This is Jezebel." They're gonna recognize her face, and I'm pretty sure probably in that lady, she might end up having a closed casket. You ain't gonna recognize her, right? Yeah. So this is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, and Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, said unto him, "Go through the midst of the city," and to him is angel, right? Which most likely is Yahweh Shai, because the Lord deals with order. He speaks to Yahweh Shai speaks to the other angels, and basically everything goes out as a decree, right? That's what the Lord said, the decree going into what? The judgment, right? And he says, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, right? Like I said, we're people before a place, right? And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, right? And one person that can't, there's a lot of men, so you're not gonna have one particular angel doing this. You have multiple angels doing this, right? And of course, certain things would be sanctioned by the Most High of what man to give the Thawa to, right? So basically the mark of exemption, right? So it says and to the others, right? All the other people, right? The ones who want to party and BS, you heard the word of the Lord, you're seeing certain things, but that ain't for me. I'm gonna do my own thing, right? To the others, he said, in my hearing, right? Like I said, right when the Most High, all it has to be is ordained by the Most High. And in my hearing, right? So as soon as you hear me, go ye after him through the city and smite. So after they're all marked, now you can go through the city and smite people. Smite goes into word to be killed. It means to be killed, put to death, to be dung upon the ground, right? And it can happen in many different ways. It doesn't have to just happen by gunfire or drowning or heart attack or eaten by wild dogs, right? Or shot up by a gang in Memphis, and then go have sex with the guy who killed your own brother, right? Who you don't have to have loyalty to, right? You don't have to be any of those things, right? The Lord has a way of finding a way to get you out of there for judgment, right? The decree is breaking forth. Let not your eyes spare. So the Lord said, make sure the angels don't spare. Don't spare any of these people's lives. Neither have pity, right? Slay utterly old, young, both maid, right? Maid meaning young woman between the ages of 12 and you say 12 and what, 20 maybe, right? Between 12 and 20, a young woman of meritable age, because technically you're supposed to be able to marry a woman from the ages of 12 unto to whatever, you know what I mean? I think it's up to 60, right? Because you're not, according to the scripture, you're not supposed to marry a woman if she's 60 years old. So from the ages of 12 to 6 to before she's 60, you can marry a woman, right? So, you know, but that goes into a virgin, a young woman of a marriageable age, a maid, a young woman. And little children, right? Didn't that woman get her little children eaten? Even her little children was getting snapped at by the dogs. While she was getting, the dogs was getting at her. The dogs weren't looking at her like, oh, it's so, like how you look at, that's a cute little puppy. Oh. Why people go, oh my God, the way they did those animals. And they treat animals better than they treat you jakes, right? You can call a animal, what is it called? The Animal Humane Society or whatever. But Esau, he don't ever have to be humane to you. The dog is not even human. And the thing is called humane. You know what I'm saying? You could be humane, or like, you know what I mean? To this dog, right? Show compassion towards these animals, but in the midst of watching, oh my God, my children, right? The little children getting gnawed at, right? And women, right? Because, hey, just because you're a woman, right? She's pretty. I'm so pretty, right? That's what happened to Jezebel. That's the reason why the Lord calls it that the dog will eat her flesh, that it eat her face, and you will not even recognize it because all that pretty didn't amount to nothing, man. Right? So, you know, but come not near any man, because the Lord's dealing with the man. You women are going to have to be with that man. That's why seven women should take hold of one man. 7 women should take hold of one man. That man would have to be an Israelite man. That man would have to be an elect member, the Israel of God, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Yeah, and Lord willing, I'm one of them, man. Because the brutal deaths the Lord is going to cause upon Israel and upon this world. Hey, it is, man. Suppose that one, hey, that's the only thing I can think of. Suppose she was the most wicked woman in the, like, you know what I'm saying, or she's the most wicked sinner. Like some of you jakes, you men don't deserve a death like that, or some of these other women don't deserve a death like that. She was a mother who was chilling at her crib with her kids. At least she was kind of pretty much where she should be at. She ain't at the club twerking with you know, with what's one of these names? I don't know. Little Blood, Little Crip, Little Vice Lord, little, you know what I mean? Whatever these dudes who want to be, you know what I'm saying? You know, she was at home, chilling. I mean, well, do you suppose she was the most wicked? She didn't go drop the kids off at her mama house and then go somewhere to go twerk, right? She didn't even do what the other chick did. Oh yeah, I know this dude murdered my brother, but he's from the different gang, and I didn't like my brother was in this gang, right? So it's all about gangs, being in gangs, sets and crews and gangs and gang banging. So this chick, she only likes to have sex with gangbangers. So these dudes are straight up murderers. And if the Lord tells you that a wicked woman is given into a wicked man, so surely this woman is wicked. But this woman who's chilling in her her yard on a nice Thursday morning or whatever it was with her children, you know, spending motherly time, not dropping them off at Big Mama house, so you can so you can go somewhere and give some thigh and some leg, give up some thigh and some leg, you know, doing the chicken head somewhere, twerking, yeah, doing the wop wop, chicken head. She's from Memphis, right? You know what I'm saying? The Project Pat, wop wop, chicken head, twerking some goddamn where, you know. She was at her house. So suppose is she the most wicked woman out of all Israel? No, that's why the Lord said no, man. Slay utterly, you know, old, young, both maids, little children, women, and come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. So you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, and especially you Israelites who say that you know that you're Israelites, the Lord is coming for you, right? So we all got to be careful. We all got to be afraid, man. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. What house? You saying you know the Lord. You at God's house. You say you know the Lord, right? Well, I guess we all gonna see, man. You know? Yeah, so this is because we're building the tabernacle of David, right? You know, this is 1 Samuel chapter 27 and verse 9. And David smote the land and left neither man nor woman alive. See? And the David is a man after the Lord's own heart. So what did the Lord say? Hey, get the maids, get the little children and the women and the men. Nobody's left. And then show no pity, right? You know? He said left neither man nor woman alive, and took away the sheep and the oxen and the ass and the camels and the apparels, and returned and came to Achish. Right? Yeah. So it says, this is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. How ye inhabitants of Mektesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, right? And what's happening in America? America's definitely like a merchant city. And I believe I just seen an article saying that they're gonna close all the Chili's. Right? They just closed all the dollar stores. Now if they close all the Chili's, the merchants, all the merchants are cut down. Right? It's gonna be they that bear silver are cut off, right? That middle class, because of the CV19, that middle class is not there, right? You know, and usually what builds up America is you Jakes, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, and the way that you spin, and you keep this place afloat. And technically, that's what's been happening. So now, I believe Esau's doing a self-sabotage, because the dollar stores had to be making plenty of money. I've never went to the dollar store and it wasn't packed with people. I've never been to Chili's and it wasn't packed with people. So how do you close all the dollar stores and now you're closing all the Chili's? That's crazy. So it's a self-sabotage. But regardless, it's still going to fit prophecy, right? And it came to pass at that time, right? I believe we're at that time, that I will search Jerusalem, right? And I said Jerusalem's where it's a people, where people before a place, right? With candles, and punish the men and women that are settled on their lees, that say in their hearts, like, which is lob, which is your mind, because you can't say nothing with your heart, you have to say it with your mind, that say in their heart, which is your mind, the Lord will do no good, nor will he do evil. Right? You don't think nothing's bad gonna happen, but the Lord said he's gonna come judge you. He's gonna punish you. Right? Yeah. So this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 17. Therefore, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, shall have no joy in your young men. Right? Come on now. Neither shall he have mercy on their fatherless, which means your children, right? And most of your children are fatherless, right? You single, all the single ladies, all them single ladies got children, man, right? Fatherless and widows, right? Because you know, a lot of you technically, you've had sex with a lots of different men, and with all the gang banging and all these type of things, you're basically, a lot of times you become widows because someone came by and did a drive by, or you know, whatever, or you know, so and so got killed in prison or whatever, right? So now you're a widow. It says for everyone is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. Right? That's what ultimately, that's what all you jakes do. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, you speak folly, right? And every mouth speaketh folly. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Let's go. Let's keep going. I think I'm gonna have to keep going. For wickedness burneth as the fire, and it shall devour the briars and thorns. Right, which are talking about you Israelites, because you're briars and thorns. Right, because that's what he told. I believe he told Isaiah that you are briars and thorns, man. You're you know what I mean, you don't do nothing but you know, hurt people. I guess they say hurt people, but you know, that's what you do. And shall kindle in the thickets of the forest. Right, you people, because it's talking, I believe it's talking about you people, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of the smoke, right? Through the wrath of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, which means armies, is the land darkened, and right, and the people, see, it's talking about you people, and you people shall be as the fuel of the fire. See, it's talking about how he's gonna burn you, like, you know how the a brush fire is started. He's basically calling you people, you know, you're just like the, you know, the briars, the thorns, the thickets, the forest. You're just trees. You're the things that's gonna keep the fire going. You right. The people shall be as the fuel of fire. No man shall spare his brother. Right. So all this stuff you're gonna be going into these times of lack of jobs and things. So you're going to be fighting against each other, right? Killing each other, right? Right? And the Lord ain't going to spare. And this is one of the ways the Lord is going to kill you, right? Because starvation, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, right? And he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied, and they shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm, right? Have you ever heard the saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Well, hey, the Most High is giving a new meaning to that, right? Because you are going to bite the hand that feeds you. Maybe your neighbor, he just fed you the other day, or da-da-da-da, or something. You're gonna fight against them for lack of food, lack of bread, all sorts of things is gonna happen, right? And you may just be without food and have to chop off your own arm and literally eat your own arm. So you're gonna bite the hand that to feed you, because that's what you did to the Most High, man. The Lord has a sense of humor, man. Yeah, so this is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 10. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Right? And a lot of you women are very careless, man. And hey, like I said, the main thing is, suppose was she the most wicked woman you've ever seen? I will say nay, but all you shall die in like manner if you do not repent. Right? You're gonna die in your sins. Right? Yeah. It says, many days and years ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Right? And this is, this could be twofold too, because America is because these countries are known as women, and America is like a careless woman too, right? But Eve followed behind it, and that's why Eve is very significant. When you read this, it's parallel to America, right? And I'm gonna show you how, because America's careless, right? It says many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vengeance shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Right? So let's go into it. Yeah, so this is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 10. Thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai power, it shall come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, which is talking about Gog, right? Gog in the land of Magog, right? Right? Come into to thy mind, right? The king who lives in the land of Magog, which is Vladimir Putin at this point, and so that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thus shall think in evil thoughts, right? Vladimir Putin gonna think of evil thought, and thus shall say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, right? Which that's twofold, because Israel, right, is a land with unwalled villages, right? But so is America, right? And I will go to them that are at rest, right? And the main, Israel's at rest, but definitely America. A lot of you Americans, you're at rest. You don't know what's about to hit you. That dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, having neither bar nor gates, right? And that's like a careless woman, right? Because a nation is known as like a woman, right? You call it the motherland, right? The mother country, right? You know? Yeah, so look, this is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. And this is what the Lord said about America. Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Right? See, speaking of America like it's a woman, saying sends you a virgin daughter, right? Like a woman. You know what I mean? Sit on the ground, for there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thus shall no more be called what? Tender and delicate. So there's a tender and delicate woman. You're not gonna be no longer called a tender and delicate woman. But this is talking about America. It's talking about a place, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, which is America. So it said, come sit on the dust. Come sit in the dust. All right? Yeah. Matter of fact, let's start with that. It says, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, right? Dealing with your Marines, your military, your husbands, your gangsters, your whatever you think it is, man. Thy mighty in the war, right? And the great war is brewing up, World War III. So you're closer than you can ever believe, and that's why the Lord is allowing these things to happen, right? And it's really a scourge for amendment. It's trying to get you to see, like, whoa, wait a minute, I better straighten up. But hey, do your thing, right? It says her gates, right? Because your gate, the thing that protects you is America. And the Lord already told America, come sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So it says, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So you're just like America. You line up with America almost hand in hand. You line up with Esau, Edom, hand in hand. She that is my enemy, right? What's Esau? Esau's our enemy. And a place where you should be sold for bondmen and bondwomen. You should be sold. What it says, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Let me not mess it up. You should be sold unto your enemy, right? For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy thee. Right? Roughly paraphrasing. Right? Just to give you the gist of it, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Right? I mean, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And it says, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come, right? Just like America. You women, America, the gathering, all the vintage, all the things. Like I said, the dollar stores closed down. They're about to close a bunch of Chili's. There's a bunch of more things that's going to close down, man. Right? Right? The Lord said, tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you. Right? You're going to be stripped down. That's what hey, wait, let's go back real quick. Because it says, strip you and make you bare. And girt sackcloth upon thy loins. Right? And that's what the Lord says about Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Yeah, so it says take the millstone, grind the mill uncover the locks, make bare the leg, right? Cover, hey, you can strip you and make you bare. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, right? Which is talking about daughter of Babylon. The daughter of Babylon, right? Which is America. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man, right? Hey, why should I come to you as a woman and meet you like a man? Right? A man is supposed to be a man, a gentleman, or whatever, right? Why should I meet you like that? You're a whore, a harlot, and all sorts of other things within the streets. Right? Right? So you're just like America. And that's what the Lord's going to do. He's going to show you. Right? They shall lament, right? They can lament for the teats and the pleasant fields, for the vintage, for the, So they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, right? Upon the land of my people, right? And this is what I was telling you about before, because the Lord called you thorns and briars. So it says, and upon the land, my people shall come up thorns and briars. So the Lord talking about his people are thorns and briars, man. Yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. So America, Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, and you women are going to be, you're going to be desolate with it. You're going to be sitting upon the ground. You're going to be looking sad and sick. and some of you are going to be what? Eaten and mauled by dogs, right? Yeah, so this is Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18. The children gathered wood, and the fathers kindled the fire. Right? This is why the Lord's going to kill man, woman, and children. Right? And the women's knitted their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. Right? And that's ultimately most of these holidays. Of course, Mother's Day is definitely the Queen of Heaven's day. But a lot of these holidays are Queen of the Heaven days. You know, Valentine's, what else? Mother's Day, Valentine's, birthdays. You know, that goes into that too, because you're making those cakes. A lot of these things in Babylon go back, you know, making a woman surpass you. A woman surpass a man. You know, you putting women in places that they could be judges and police officers, or she could be a high associate person in the company. And now she's a boss and she's over a man. The Lord said that a woman should not absorb authority over a man, right? In any circumstance, right? So that's that Queen of Heaven, and that's this mentality of things that's going on. And so the Lord is causing judgment and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods. So technically, that's ultimately what you're doing. You're just serving other gods that they may provoke me to anger, and you're just pissing off the Most High, man. At the end of the day, do they provoke me to anger? Like, they really provoking me? Like, you got, like, the Lord, like, this, is this a joke? Are they provoking me to anger? Like, what? Like, this must be a joke, right? Saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai power, do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces, which is bringing shame to you. Because ultimately, the Most High is going to destroy you, and it's going to be a shameful thing. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Behold, my anger and my fury shall I pour out upon this place, right, which is America, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, and upon men and upon beasts. The Lord's finna just go. He finna go, all in. He finna go Abraham on you, not Ham, like people. He went Ham. No, he went Abraham, because the Lord's finna show you what's up. He finna go in on you. He finna show you what's up. Yeah. Then the Lord said, upon man, upon beast, upon trees of the field, upon the fruits, right? Because it said that the vine, the fruitful vine, ain't gonna be found. Upon the fruits of the ground, and it shall burn, right? Which is going to be the ICBM missiles ultimately, but the Lord's anger is going to burn. So there's going to be many ways that you be killed. The Lord said there's 4 kind of ways that you should be killed. You know what I mean? And I ain't even going because this thing is already long. So I'm gonna just end with this. It says, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched, which is ultimately talking about the ICBM missiles, right? But call volume Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. Salutations to the Akim and the 4 winds, preaching the truth for sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence and a Baba Bar.